Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I'm so happy to hear that. I'm glad you're doing all right. Oh, how am I? Oh, I've been doing great. Not recording videos like I said I would. Let's leave the past in the past and move on to the future and to better things. For today, I thought that it would be fun to go over unpopular K-pop opinions I found on Reddit. I know that a lot of us make fun of Twitter stans, TikTok stans, YouTube stans, but one particular stan that we seem to forget is the Reddit stan. And I have to be completely honest with you, I was on Reddit for a little bit, and it was a lot, so I got off. Full disclaimer, these are, again, K-pop opinions that I found on Reddit. This in no way reflects what I think. Obviously, I will let you know if I agree or disagree with that opinion. So if you want to go ahead and see that, then just go ahead and keep watching. Before we begin, let's go ahead and define what an unpopular opinion is, shall we? An unpopular opinion is an opinion that is rare. It may be rare because most people disagree with the stance or because the opinion is not discussed often, okay? So, I already stumbled across one that this is starting off real strong. Which is CL's music is overrated AF and she survives off of her reputation from 21 Days. So if you don't already know this, CL is my ultimate bias, female ultimate bias. And I'm going to try my hardest and darnest to make sure that I am unbiased when going over these opinions, which I typically am, but, to say the least, I don't agree with this opinion. But let's go ahead and dissect it, shall we? Let me preface by saying I like CL. Okay, good starter. I think she's charismatic and I love her voice, especially when she sings. She's a great performer. Concur. So what is the issue? But her recent music has sucked. Hello Bitches was not a bop. Hua was so underwhelming, like the lyrics were bad. 1, 2, 3, Hana do set, so tell me what you want, baby. Repeat after me, say nay. And now Spicy really isn't a great song. The video is nice, but people are hyping it up like, oh my god, queen, legend, amazing song, but her music is so overrated. Her music from In the Name of Love completely slapped. I Quit is such a great song, but these comebacks just ain't it. Let's go ahead and start with the statement, Hello Bitches was not a bop. That is indeed incorrect. Hello Bitches was a bop, and it left quite an impact on the community. I think we can all agree that this song was perfect for CL, and this was everything that we could have expected from her as a soloist. To say that it is not a bop, it is a very, very, very quite wrong. Personally, Hello Bitches for me is that song that just really gets me in the right mindset. If I'm ever feeling down, Hello Bitches is a song that I need just to turn it all around. So to say the least, I am going to disagree with this opinion. However, it is indeed an unpopular one. Alright, this one's a fun one. Aespa's Next Level. Well, that goes without saying that it's definitely not unpopular. We've all seen everybody express themselves when it comes to this song. So first things first, it's not unpopular. But let's go ahead and see what they said. I kind of like this song, but only after months of listening to it, I just don't understand why it was so hyped up. To be honest, the song was too weird for me. It was split into completely different parts and sections, which sounded like completely different songs. They could have lengthened each part and made at least 3 different songs, and they would have all been great, but they mushed it all together. It doesn't really sound cohesive and like one united piece. That's what cohesive means. Just my opinion. I love Black Mamba though, and the Next Level music video was really cool. You have every right to dislike or like this song. Your opinion is valid. That doesn't matter and it shouldn't affect anyone, right? Interestingly enough, the reasons that they stated why they disliked the song is exactly why I like the song. I had actually heard this song before when I was watching Fast and the Furious Hobbs and Shaw, which is the original song, and Aespa's is the cover. And for some reason, it just did not hit the same way that Aespa's did. I personally love Next Level, and I listen to it more than I should. But that is on repeat. Personally, like that there is a lot going on into it. In fact, my favorite song from Girls' Generation is I Got a Boy, which very vaguely reminded me of Next Level as well. I feel like they're very similar, where there's a lot going on in the song, but they work and they're great. I did like that it was different. SM kind of tends to make music like this. I feel like NCT kind of has the same thing going on, and a lot of the times it could be more of like, it's a grower. And to me, Next Level was a grower for sure, but it only took like 2 or 3 tries. It didn't take that long. So do I agree with this opinion? I do not. Is it unpopular? It is not. But do they have every right to feel that way? Yes, they do. All right, this next one, I am very much confused by it. It is called K-pop Needs Fan Wars. Why? let's just go ahead and look into it, right? Let's be honest, K-pop would be kind of boring if everyone always got along with each other. I know some of y'all live for K-pop drama and tea, but I don't blame y'all. It's interesting. Who is we? Also, your faves need to get hate so you and them have motivation to prove them antis wrong. Okay, well, first of all, I'm going to stop reading that because they misspelled prove. That is most definitely an unpopular opinion, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I definitely don't agree with it. Let's go on. This one's a good one. Songs I don't like or got tired of, but mostly everyone loves. The ones I can think of on top of my head. Ring Ding Dong by SHINee, the reason I made this list. In all honesty, this song I think is just outdated. So if you don't like it, it makes sense. Like, it was great for its time, but I definitely press skip most of the time whenever I hear it now, because it was a then piece, not now as much. Next up is Lucifer, SHINee. Same thought as the first one. God's Menu, Stray Kids. This I am a little bit surprised about. And I think I will say it is a little unpopular. I think God's Menu is one of Stray Kids' best songs. So I'm a little confused by that. Playing with Fire, Blackpink. I personally really like this song by Blackpink, so I'm a little shocked by that. I don't think it's unpopular though, as I believe I have heard that people do agree that it's not maybe their favorite song, but this song was fire and that music video was a masterpiece. All of Suju's early songs. Again, they are very much outdated, like the sorry, 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 Mr. Simple, 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 you know, like they all have that same beat that was great for that time, but I don't see how it would translate to now. And yeah, I mean, I agree why you might not like them as much anymore. Next up, Sober by Big Bang. I actually think that this song is timeless. It's more about the message that you're listening versus like what's going on in the whole track, but okay, respect. G by Girls' Generation. This one, again, I will give you the same excuse, I guess, as the other one, that it just hasn't aged like fine wine. But personally, to me, I can't skip that song. That is pure gold. Weekly's new song, I'm gonna assume they were referring to After School. And that song's a bop. How could anyone get sick of listening to that? All of Orange Caramel songs. Honestly, I never skip Catalina. The other ones, like, yeah, I'll think about it, but I can understand. This is also based on your preferred concepts anyways, so I'll give you that. Apple by G Friend. This song, I remember, wasn't a hit right off the bat. I think a lot of people weren't in love with the song a lot. I thought it was because it was a shift in their concept, but I thought the song was really great. And I don't skip it, but I also probably don't listen to it as much, so that may play in a little bit. I'm the Best by 21. So this song, I also think that was very big for its time. All the elements that were in it were perfect for a hit song back then. And while I don't personally skip it, I can understand why you may. Butterfly by Luna. I'll be honest, I 100% skipped this song, but I do attribute it to me overplaying it, so I thought it was just me. And then lastly, Run by BTS. Honestly, this is one of their greater songs, so I'm a little surprised that this is a song that they disliked or got tired of. So I will say that this list was 50-50 on whether it was unpopular or non-popular, and I can understand why they thought this way. Do I agree? Not really, but I can understand. Alright, so this is a good one to also dissect. I agree with most of the mentor's decisions, input/feedback in Girls Planet 999 in episode 3 and 4. So let's go ahead and see specifically what they were talking about. I do think the criticism of Bora when her harmony note was better in the practice / interim check compared to the aired performance. As a performer, you need to constantly improve, and at the end, the performance is what matters the most. In any case, their team did win. However, this idea that they were too harsh on her, it's a valid criticism considering a lot of them are performing day in and day out live or teaching those people. So I personally agree with this criticism of wanting Bora to have been consistent. She is somebody who has already debuted and is in a girl group, so she should quote unquote be doing better, or in a sense at least upholding those standards. So I agree with that one. In general, I always find it a little bit strange that people think that the criticism is too harsh. Honestly, like this is the life. They're performers and they're going to nitpick every single thing in the world. The way that they look, the way that they sing, the way that they dance or don't. So these harsh criticisms is only to better them. It's not like they're insulting them. Like, then I'll understand. And I know that we all learn in different ways, but that's just the way that the industry works. And I think that's just the way that it is. The Eve criticism of they did not improve is also valid. Just because a group is able to do something doesn't mean that cohesion is there. The judges said this to them directly. There needs to be more cohesion. And they didn't majorly improve on that, which did leave the performance in not the best way. I 100% agree with this. I was not impressed by the Eve's performance. I actually agreed with how the judges said during, I think it was a rehearsal, that they all looked like they were trying to outshine each other. They were not working as a group. And it did feel like that. It all felt like a whole bunch of soloists that came together to do a quick performance, and they did not feel like a group. Another thing to take into account is that a lot of top trainees were in this group, and obviously that does hold the standard high, and they have every right to have it up there, to set the bar up there, because that's what they did the first time around. And for them to not meet it or exceed it is a very much valid reason to give criticism for. All right, I think I'm going to end it on this one. This one is Psycho is not Red Velvet's best title track. Personally, Psycho is one of my favorite Red Velvet songs, but it's not my number one. So let's go ahead and see what they say before we get into what my opinion is. Psycho is a very good song. I will not deny it. But to me, it's just boring. I don't know. There's just nothing that pulls me towards it. Like, I'm never scrolling through my music and go, let's listen to Psycho by Red Velvet. I get bored by the song every time I listen to it. Is the chorus catchy? Yes. Is the dancing good? Yes. Do the girls look beautiful and sing beautiful? Absolutely. But as a whole, it's such a weak song for me, especially considering their previous releases. On top of that, the MV for that song is bland. Like, okay, not bland, but because it looks expensive and like it costs more than my home, but it's boring. I have two other word for it. Is it pretty? Yeah, but I never think about watching it because it doesn't really excite me. It's just kind of there. If y'all want to know, some of my favorite R&B title tracks are Really Bad Boy, Oompa Oompa, and Russian Roulette, while some of my favorite B-sides, Milkshake, Sassy Me, and Sunny Side Up. Okay, let's go into first things first. Is this an unpopular opinion? I'm not sure that I have heard this before. I think the only time it was mentioned is that it wasn't deserving of Song of the Year for, 2019, when I agreed that it was the Song of the Year. I think that's as far as it got. So is it unpopular? A little bit. Do I agree with everything they're saying? I do not. I think that the MV was not bland. It was beautiful. It was ethereal. It was stunning. It was everything Red Velvet has always shown us. The song as a whole is not a weak song at all. I genuinely also think that this song is very strong on all aspects. What the song is about, lyrics, their actual singing, the choreography, the styling of it was absolutely chef's kiss. So I will say that I disagree with them. I will say that Really Bad Boy and Bad Boy is one of my favorite songs. They are my top two songs for sure. And Psycho was just there. I never skip the song. I will say that I agree that whenever I'm scrolling through my music, do I go like, should I listen to Psycho? No, like it's not a first thought, but if I see it there, I'll let it play and I will go ahead and add it to my queues. I think that Psycho is actually Red Velvet's one of their best title tracks, so. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I have a couple of other videos lined up, so hopefully you don't have to wait so long for the next one, because how long ago was the other one? Months ago? So sorry about that, but it should be fine. Please, as always, feel free to leave your feedback down below in the comments. Did you agree with some? Did you disagree with some? I would love to hear what your thoughts were. Remember that although these are unpopular opinions and I said some things, just know that opinions are that. You should never let them affect you. It's not that big of a deal. They should not disrupt you from sleeping and eating well. So just take it with a grain of salt. For example, like the ones that I saw here today, nothing personal. I was just reacting to them. They gave their opinion. I gave my opinion. That's it. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, depending where you are. And I will go ahead and see you on the next one.